Hey friends, welcome back to Reed Road Rambling, Reed Road Rambling, Reed Road Rambling. Repeat after me. Read. No, okay, you really don't have to repeat after me. You get the idea. I'm going to learn to edit. This is my year. But today I want to play a little game with you guys. I invented a game. Yes, I did. It's called This Kid. Because I picked up a tradition from a really good friend, Tracy Jones. So shout out, Tracy Jones. She's the one who turned me on to telling my kids birth stories at their birthdays. Okay. Yeah, I know. She's so way cool. And so I picked it up from her and I loved it. And I've been doing it with my kids since they were little bitty. And still today, my 40-year-old, I'd be like, okay, time for the birth story, children. And they're all like, eh. So I might still do videos of each individual birth story, more to, have my kids have it as a memory when I'm gone. I think that would be cool. But today we're going to kind of bounce off of that, do something a little different. We're going to do a game called This Kid. And I'm going to read something about one of the births, and you get to guess which kid I'm talking about. Oh yeah, I invented this game myself. Okay, so let's just dig right in. With this kid, my water broke in my brother's car. Who do you think it is? Heath, my kid Heath. Okay, second born. With this kid, the doctor had to use high forceps because he went into distress. Got a guess? Seth, my boy Seth. Okay. With this kid, they were born 2 months early. 2 months. Have any idea? Lissa Grace. All right. This kid was 2 weeks overdue. Who do you think that was? Well, there was Noah, Benjamin, Beckaboo. I gotta find your baby pictures, Beck. Jobs, Josh, Josie. Who's this? Aw, Hannah. There's Nan. Heath and Seth. All of my kids except Elizabeth were born 2 months or 2 weeks late. I'll tell you what. Okay. True story. All right. With this kid, I was going to be induced, but I went into labor just hours before the induction. Who would that be? Beckaboo. Okay. This kid was my gentlest birth. Who do you think my gentlest birth was? Benjamin. This kid was born during an ice storm. Joshua. When this kid was born, his dad drove me to the hospital, and his dad had a broken leg. Who do you think that was? Heath. After I birthed this kid, the nurses left me laying in the hallway on a gurney holding the baby for 2 hours. What do you think that was? Hannah. This kid was my quietest baby. My quietest baby. Josiah. This kid was born during an ice storm. Oh yeah. Joshua. With this kid, we went to Lamaze classes. Figure it? Seth. All right. I knew the gender of this kid before they were born. Josiah. Benjamin, Noe, and Lissa. All right, with this kid, I brought chlorophyll into the hospital, which is a green drink, and the nurses all thought that I had chloroform. No joke. Becca Boo. This kid was born, and this kid had literal frog legs for the first several months of life. Becca. Oh my gosh, I didn't even plan that. Look at the frog legs. She really did. This kid was born blind. Lissa. Yep. When I was birthing this kid, the doctor was watching a game and he leaned on my leg and I wanted to freak him, kick him in the face. It's a true story. Noah. With this kid, I had the worst back labor in the history of the world. Seth. I wanted to name this kid Zechariah Jehu. I really did. Noah. This kid was born during the first snowfall. Benjamin. This kid, when they were born, had chia pet hair and continued to have it all of their life. Noe. When I was in labor, early stages of labor for this kid, my mom and my husband played games because they said it was the entertainment stage. I think they were supposed to be entertaining me, but it's a true story. Seth! When I was birthing this kid, when I was in labor for this kid, the hospital was giving tours and they came through my room. Joshua, it's true. When I went into labor with this kid, when I went to the hospital with this kid, I went in with shorts on and we came out with winter coats and hats. True. Heath. When I was in labor with this kid, my toes curled and I swore I will never do this again. Heath and Joshua, my two little redheads. Whoo! This was my fastest labor. Backaboo. During this labor, the doctor wore a mask and gloves like a catcher's mitt. It's true. Joshua. Gosh. When I was in labor with this kid, I had on double socks because my feet were always cold and the nurses made fun of me. Noe. I spent 5 days in the hospital with this kid, which was normal at that time. Seth. This kid spent 2 weeks in the ICU. Elizabeth. This kid wore home from the hospital a little sleeper that I had gotten at my shower from Eileen Johnson. Lissa? Noe? Benjamin? Backaboo? Josiah? Joshua? Hannah? Heath? And Seth. Excuse me. They all wore home from the hospital the family PJs. Cool, huh? All right. This kid had frosted hair when she was born. Salt and pepper hair. Lissa. This kid had the longest hair when she was born. Hannah. The doctors encouraged me to have an abortion with this kid because I had just become chronically ill and I was really, really sick. Hannah, thank God, no way, Jose. This kid was born during the Savannah Community Days. Lissa, May hush. This kid, when I was pregnant with this kid in labor, my water broke in the elevator at the hospital. Becca. This kid had a widow's peak. You know what that is? Heathy. I had to have Pitocin after many hours of labor with this kid because my labor stopped. Let's see. No, not you. Noah. This kid's dad wanted to name him Gwendolyn if he was a girl. Seth. Thank God it was a boy. May, hush. This kid was just a smidge under 10 pounds when they were born. Josiah, Benjamin, and Noah. This kid cried nonstop, and I'm not kidding, for the first year of life. Sethi. And now I think, I didn't know then, but I think it was because of those dang forceps, which are now outlawed, okay? This kid had the biggest, bluest eyes when they were born. Josiah. This kid, my doctor kept calling this kid my little princess. Hannah. This kid had the biggest dimples when they were born. Benjamin and Seth. With this kid, I had the bitchiest nurses. They were horrible. So horrible, I still remember it. Joshua and Josiah. All right. This kid I nursed for a really long time. Lissa, Noe, Benjamin, Becca Boo, Joshua, Josiah, Hannah, Heathy, and Seth. All of them. I nursed all of them for a long, long time. All right. With this kid, I pushed this kid out so fast that my friend, who was my neighbor, came in to take my blood, and she got trapped in the corner of the room because that baby came out really, really fast. Becca. With this kid, my water broke on Grandma's porch. Lissa. With this kid, I called them my little caboose because I honestly thought it was going to be my last baby. Hannah. And this kid was born after my miscarriage. Lissa. And this kid was my most celebrated. Sethi, Heathy, Hannah, Joshua, Rebecca, Josiah and Benjamin. Noah and Elizabeth. Every one of these children were completely celebrated. All right, I hope you played along. Thanks for watching.